Hello everyone, and welcome to the new walkthrough series, or walkthrough mini-series. Well, it's just a DLC, so it's not really a mini-series, but welcome. I know it doesn't say Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare right now, because this is like the start screen, but we will be playing Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. I just finished Red Dead Redemption, the main story, and 100%ed that just a couple days ago, and been getting on track of what to do next, and this was the next up on my list of to-dos in terms of content for the channel. I was really kind of putting together the other stuff I want to do after this, but I was already planning on doing this after finishing Red Dead Redemption. So, with that being said, this will be a 100% walkthrough, meaning I will get everything that's required for getting 100% in the game. And I even have my own little outfit system. Of course, compared to the main game, it isn't as complicated. I don't have to do as much planning as I would for the other game. And some of you that have played this are probably wondering how I'm going to be able to do an outfit system for two of the outfits in particular. But it is possible. It is possible to get all the outfits before beating the main story of the game. It is possible. It just takes a lot of, a little bit of luck, but really just finding some things. But we will be doing that, and it's not going to be as stressed as it is in the main game, but I'm still going to do that for my own personal fun. And there's actually some things that, whenever I would 100% this, I missed, like some weapons, because I just never realized that's how you would unlock some weapons. I just thought they weren't in the DLC, but they are. So we will be doing that. And yeah, and I don't expect this to take as long as the main story, considering it's a DLC. And it should take, I don't know, I was just looking at the stats for the last time I played it, and it said it took me like 10 hours in total to 100% it, so I don't know how many videos I'll really make out of that, but I'm really excited. I haven't really done anything that was a horror game related, I think, on the channel yet. I'm trying to think if I ever did, but this should be a really cool, new, interesting thing for me to do, at least on the channel. For sure. Like, I've played this a million times, and I've played a bunch of horror games a million times, but maybe that will start becoming a new thing. Like, I've played horror games on the stream, but not really like a walkthrough, so it should be very, very fun. So we're just going to get this started and get right into it. So let's just dive right in and get scared? Question mark? I don't know. Like, I always thought this DLC was scary, but not the same way as Jump Scare. But regardless, let's have some fun.
After months away, John Marston has returned to his loved ones. While trying to rebuild his ranch and win back the trust of his family, Marston awaits whatever life will throw at him. As he drives home one evening from an errand, he ponders whether a man can ever escape his past. He is a man who is ready for anything. Almost anything.
Damn.
Mother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say, damn this awful son I've raised with his highfalutin ways, and his shame that his mother swears like a sailor and sews like a blind man. Is that better, your lordship?
Much better, Mother dearest.
Oh, good. I'm so glad, my darling. When you've finished your university education and are far too good to even acknowledge my existence when we pass on the street, and you gently kick me aside and begging old crow out of the way with your highly polished boot. Well, think of me kindly, at least, will you, my son?
I'll try to, Mother. I'll think, that woman I just kicked, that used to be my dear old potty-mouthed mom. Maybe I should bother to kick her harder.
Dear boy. Oh, I am so proud of you. Get off. Now, Father's here. Maybe he can beat some sense into you.
Something funny's going on out there. Damn dogs gone crazy and wolves howling and birds flying.
Well, it's just the storm, John.
Maybe. Uncle make it back yet?
I thought he was with you, off drinking in the fields. I mean, working, as you call it now.
He went into town a few hours ago after we busted that hammer working out in the meadow.
Well, he's probably holed up in some place of ill repute waiting for the passing of the storm.
I hope so.
Well, that old man could take care of himself.
I know. Just a funny feeling I got.
You gone psychic, Pa?
Either that or I ate something funny. Knowing your mother's cooking seems more than likely.
Well, talking about food, who's ready for some poisoning?
Me, my darling. I am starving. What you reading?
Just some book about monsters.
Tell me about it.
It's kind of dumb.
That should suit me just fine.
Well, it's all about, in ancient times, how Aztec warriors worshiped the sun. But during full moons, some of them worship the moon instead. And upset the equilibrium of things. So anyway, what it involves is, there's this one guy, and he goes out in search of food for his family. Leaves him all alone. So anyways, since there ain't no cure, the brave man has to kill everybody, which is
Absolutely disgusting and completely unbelievable. It's getting late. Guess we're not gonna see Uncle till morning.
Come on then, Abigail. Jack, get yourself to bed, boy. Try to get some sleep.
Ain't you worried about Uncle?
Sure, but he'll have to wait till morning just like any other man would in his shoes. Night, son. Don't stay up reading too late. You okay, old man? You don't look so good. What is going on? What the hell is wrong with you? Crazy old bastard!
Where you going? Where you going?
To get my gun.
Oh. Oh.
God damn it. Uncle! You dumb son of a bitch! Stop! Nobody puts their hands on my wife! I can't believe I had to kill that poor bastard. Well... You okay, darling? You okay?
Oh,
Abigail. Abigail.
I don't feel so great.
Jack! Get out here! Now!
Good Lord, what's happened? Mama?
Careful, boy.
Mama? Mama?
Stay right there, the pair of you. Don't make me no widower now. Sorry, darling. It's for your own good. You've all gone crazy! If you act like a child, I'll treat you like one. Now, I don't know what the hell's gotten into you sick, crazy bastards or what else was done to you, but I'm going to get help. Stay calm. As calm as you can, seeing as both of you seem to have gotten a little excited. Probably just a fever. Jack, be kind to your mother. Abigail, teach the boy right from wrong. Both of you. Stop biting chunks out of people. Be back as soon as I can. Guess I best go find me a doctor in town.
Find help in Blackwater. Alright, guys, we're essentially free at the moment. We're not restricted by anything. Oh, poor uncle. He didn't deserve that. But now we're free to do as we wish. And our first safe house is actually the barn. Every single safe house in this, like, DLC of this game is up in a high place, from my understanding. Or at least most of them are. There's our horse right there. You know, which makes a lot of sense. That's safe from all the people here. You can see there's only like 3 outfits I think we can really discover, I think. We're gonna save. I don't know if this is gonna kill our horse, because I think the first horse you get, as you can see, I've already beat the game, as that's the last mission save right there. We're gonna actually save over that. Yeah. This is start from scratch sort of thing. But this is the only time... Oh, well, the horse is gone. I don't know where it went. Where'd you go? This would be the only time that we actually have, like, a regular horse. And if it dies, then it gets replaced with an undead horse. So if you really want to keep on to a normal, alive horse, try to make sure this guy doesn't die on you, okay? What are we gonna call him? For the short time that he's with us, let's call him Survivor, since, like, he seems to be the only alive horse we really find and ride around. I'll call him Survivor. Kind of like that, to be honest. Yeah, I wasn't really talking much during, even the moments that you were playing during that first little section, because it's essentially one giant cutscene. And that's gonna probably be a lot of this game. It's a lot shorter, and there's a lot less stuff, so... I really don't know how this is really going to work out entirely. I do have a general plan. I usually play this one way, and it works out for me, so expect these videos to maybe be a bit little unplanned at times, but really I'm just kind of playing through this like I usually would. It's really not as complicated as the planning I usually make for some of the bigger games.
Whoa there. This place is deserted.
Hold on, I'm actually curious. Before we really get in there. No. We're obviously not going to turn on cheats.
Mr. Marston, sir! Marston! It's me!
Professor, what are you doing here? I thought you went back to Yale.
I did, but I came back for another round of research, and now all hell is quite literally broken loose.
What is going on?
Well, sir, I'm a man of science, a man of great learning, a thinker, a wise man, and I'll be honest with you, sir, I haven't got a fucking clue.
Well, ain't that dandy?
What should we do?
Well, I suggest we try to find other survivors, band together, and find a cure. Or fight to the death trying.
Well, that sounds great and all, but I'm just peachy. But I'm not sure that I'm not cut out for such shenanigans. I was thinking more that finding a horse and riding back to the civilized north at the speed of knots before writing a paper on the events from the comfort of my study. I'm a scientist after all, right? I mean, I can't do much science if I'm some bloodshot dervish's lunch, can I? Much as I would like.
Your sense of duty is very impressive, Professor. I'm gonna search the back street for survivors.
No, perhaps staying with you would be safer. Could you just wait a sec here, would you please? I'm going to wander down that lonely, deserted street and get my bag.
Wait, you should stay with me, Professor. You haven't got a gun.
Oh, no, it's okay. There's no need to worry. Everyone's already dead. I left my stuff with Mr. Nastas. You remember him. Indian fellow, dumb as bricks, but a good sort.
Okay. Well, meet me in a couple minutes.
Affirmative. A couple of minutes.
You have increased Deadeye during Undead Nightmare. Use it wisely to take out the undead hordes. I never realized that they have increased Deadeye in this game, that's for sure. And you know what? Harold McDougal wasn't always the greatest guy, but I don't think he deserves to be eaten alive. I don't think anyone really does.
Anyone here? Hello? Anyone here?
In here, mister.
Come out. It's okay. Come out. I don't bite. Bad joke. I mean, come out.
They got my family, mister.
And mine, I fear.
I saw my mama rip my daddy's face off and drink his blood. And they were happily married 20 years.
I'm sorry.
We were so glad to see my mama. Because she's been dead for 3 years from the smallpox.
Your mama was dead?
I saw her walk up onto the porch. And then boom! She ate my daddy.
You weren't a bad man, mister. You weren't. Sure, he liked to drink, but he weren't bad. And sure, he liked the company of women, but he weren't bad, mister. He weren't.
No one deserves to have their blood drunk.
I mean, he knew how to use his fist. And if a woman spoke out her place, he reminded her of it and everything. And when my mama was dying, people said that he was lying with her sister, but that weren't true, mister. It weren't.
But you said your mother was dead.
Yeah, her and Mr. Braithwaite. He's been dead a year. And then yesterday, he walked up that street eating dogs. And he loves animals. All the dead folk have come back to life, mister. Only they ain't happy. It's a funny kind of salvation.
All the dead folk?
All the folk buried at the cemetery over by the churchyard.
My God. I'm gonna go have a look. You wanna come?
No, I already seen my mama. I don't need to see any more of my relatives. Here, mister, take this. If you can burn them, maybe you can put their souls to rest. Mister! You see my Uncle Mordecai? You burn him. Burn him real good, you hear?
Nice. We got a torch, which is essentially the melee knife of Undead Nightmare. And a must-have when clearing out nightmares. I actually need to check out some of these challenges. We will be doing all of these, and they're a lot more simple compared to some of the other ones. And I can't remember if there are ones for the Tomahawk and Explosive Rifle in this DLC of the game. I can't remember. I am playing the Game of the Year edition, and this is the deal. Like, this DLC is literally on a disc for me. I actually have it in its own separate disc. That's the kind of version I have. Well, let me check these out. Kill 5 undead in 10 seconds using a gun. Pretty simple. Kill 100 fresh undead and 25 bolters. Fresh undead are like normal undead, I think. Find one of the 4 horses of the apocalypse. These are the horses that we're probably going to be using, to be honest, for most of the game. And most people think that there's only one. Like, people, if they don't like have a guide or check online, you can actually get all 4 before beating the entire game. Because you can get the 4th horse by beating the game, and it will just give it to you. That's your reward for beating the game. But you can find it even before that. And there's a reason that we are going to find it, which I'll get to when we get to that point in the game. Undead Treasure Hunter. Find the first map in a chest at a wilderness camp and find treasure. All right, bet. We'll get to that when we get to it. And I don't think there's any treasures really located in this first area of the game. Like, this game is really broken up in into acts, kind of like the first game is, because it's just kind of that short. Mexican poncho, duster coat, ranching clothing. We will be using all these, and then of course, specifically for this DLC, we can wear his Union suit, which is really funny. I love that. A one-piece long underwear, generally made from flannel, comes equipped with a button up front and a button access hatch in the back for midnight runs to the outhouse. Love to see it. All right, let's go. We got to go clear out the graveyard and save the town of Blackwater. We're not going to really focus on killing zombies just yet, mostly because in this world, ammo is essentially the currency. There's no money, but ammo acts as that, as such. And you want to have a lot of it, so you can defend yourself, and more importantly, you can use it to trade with other people, I think. And more specifically, kind of supply towns to help defend themselves, which we'll get a little tutorial on that after we clear out this graveyard. But ammo is essentially the main source of money within this game, which makes a lot of sense. I think it's so surprising that, like, this zombie DLC is such an excellent zombie game by itself, compared to even other zombie games that are supposed to be that from the beginning. But this was a DLC, and it literally does so much better than I've seen other games do. But let's get to clearing out this graveyard. Oh my gosh. I talk about being a rare commodity, but I missed the first 2 shots. Alright. Kind of forgot how this works for a second, but usually I just run around and clear out the entire, like, I just burn all the coffins first, get that done. And usually most of the time the zombies are too busy trying to rise up from the dead to really stop you. As long as you act quick enough, then you can get that done, and then essentially you just need to clear out the zombies at that point. Man, if there's one thing this game did as a zombie game, is that I'm actually afraid to travel alone. It's just creepy, man. They just get that so right. Alright, I was hoping that there would be like 5 zombies, but it looks like we have to clear out a couple. And you always want to stay on like a constant move, or they will catch you and kill you. Alright. Looks like we got only 4, I think, still, so. I think graveyards and clearing them out is actually really an excellent place to do these challenges. I know one in particular where I do some of the last ones, because I think it specifically has like different types of zombies. I don't know what type of zombie that they call that. I think that might be the bolter. I could be wrong about that. I don't want to say for certain. But they're heavy hitters. I don't know if we got the challenge or not. I was trying to get the one, killing them in like 10 seconds with a gun. Probably not.
Fresh corpses.
Of course, not every single corpse has ammo. They even recommend you specifically try to loot corpses that have like bandoliers on them, which makes a lot of sense because they would be the ones that have ammo. Just the design of this game just makes so much sense, and I applaud the developers for really putting in the time to think about how things would really work, you know. But we have a new weapon. We got a repeater rifle, which is really nice. We'll be getting weapons pretty fast in this game. It's kind of set up for you to get a lot of weapons fast because the DLC is shorter, really. So we'll be going through them. I saw someone turn on golden guns for this DLC, but I don't really think that's a thing. I was looking through options. Like I said, I didn't really see it anywhere unless I'm just completely blind to it. But honestly, I'm okay with us not using golden guns because I think the point of golden guns in the main story was it adds to fame for each kill you do, I think. Could be wrong about that. But I don't mind looking at the guns as they normally are.
Oh, jeez. Hey, lend me a hand.
Assist the survivors and lessen the undead presence. And honestly, the best way to do this is to... Oh, God. Oh, no. Get away from me. The best way to do this is to obviously get the ammo from the chest and then give that said ammo to the survivors. Most of the time, I think the chests have ammo that specifically they ask for. I think each town asks for something different, or it might be the survivor specifically. And I think that might be based on what kind of ammo they're using and stuff like that. I mean, like you can see like the weapon they're using and then assume that's what they're looking for. Since we don't have a sniper rifle, we're probably gonna give that freely, because it's not like we're using it. Hello, gentlemen, I'm here to help.
Don't say I never get you nothing. You know? They say it tastes like... Good luck.
If you let them catch up to you, they can do a lot of damage. Okay, we're trying to gather them up.
I looted you the first time you died. You won't be needing that.
John still makes me laugh so much. This town is safe, but not for long. It'll become overrun by the undead again over time. And honestly, we just have to keep kind of track of the town. If we look at the map, it should like have a little cross under it, and it should be like a white zombie hand if it's overrun. And then there's like a certain icon for it if it's like completely lost. So if it gets completely taken over, then like we won't be able to ever make it safe again, which that is not a goal we want to happen. Let me look at this, because I could have swore we got... Oh, we must have got that challenge earlier in the graveyard. That's sweet. Alright, so that big Uncle Mordecai guy was not a bolter. That makes me think. I think I know which one it is now.